Hey guys, what's going on? I'm here with Travis, and those of you that don't know Travis, he is a content creator. You can go check him out on YouTube. He is a tech YouTuber, right? You're a face, you show your face, right? So there's no face YouTubers, and then
Yeah.
I show my face YouTubers, right?
Yeah. Depending on what it is, it's interesting. I don't know. I've always thought it was weird for people who didn't want to show their face on YouTube. Like I could understand for a podcast, but and then there's people who don't want their voices either. And I'm like, I really don't know. What are you doing here? Like, what are you doing? Like robotic voices? And I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah, anyway, so Travis reached out to me, was it 2 days ago, and was like, hey, you want to jump on a stream on Thursday? And I'm like, hey, I'm a dance dad, but I'll be back. It looks like it'll be here in time. He told me there's something going on with Code Mystics, and you should be a part of the announcement. It will be fun. He persuaded me with his funness. So I said yes.
And I like you. You're a cool dude, man. I like you a lot. So but I also, because you know a little bit about programming and stuff, there's some aspects of this that I want to go over before the announcement, which happens in 14 minutes. The things that I can talk about before that, and then the embargo leases, and then we can talk more specifically about what it is. But I do want to talk about a couple things. Number one, this is a Code Mystics announcement. It's not an Arcade1UP announcement. What that means is, so there's a bunch of things that I think will get lost in the shuffle. I'm going to try to talk about those right now, because once the thing happens, then everyone's going to be talking about that. But here's the important thing. This is a Code Mystics thing. Arcade1UP is not announcing this. You won't see it on their website. It's not a thing that they had anything really to do with. And that's important. It's important because after having kind of worked with Code Mystics and dealt with them for the last month and change, not only do I have so much respect for them, I know without a shadow of doubt they love the community and they want more for the community. And this is kind of amazing to me, because what you're about to see, which I think is incredible, was done in their free time because they wanted it for the community. Now, as someone who deals with devs, that is not cheap. Dev time is not cheap, right?
That's right.
For a dev house to say, okay, we're going to spend some off time doing this thing for the community with no real thought that any money is going to come back in, that's a little crazy.
I think you are crazy. So I'm already like, there has to be something. Code Mystics wants to, some corporations spend a little bit of time of like for example, the company I work for, we're allowed to spend up to 20% of our time. Not everyone takes advantage of it, into R&D work that could be considered open source or learning or whatever. And mainly that's for, you don't want soft developers just always crunching to the clock. You'll get burnout. And so this is a way to kind of get a lot of productivity out of a person. They get to explore with their 20% time. And then actually whatever they learn in that 20% time is actually creative time. And if you're working for a creative tech company, they can drive that creative right back into the... So it really is like to the benefit of the corporation in the end for them to even do that. Or maybe Code Mystics has a really good tech leadership, and they know that giving their developers that free time and autonomy gives them developer happiness.
Yeah,
maybe they do like the community.
I think they do. And this is based off conversations I've had. And by the way, super shout out to to Code Mystics, Jeff, George, Tony, Peter, Nicole, Irene, Zach, and Chuck, who made this all possible. Super shout out to you guys and gals that spent your off time. And the conversations I've had shows that they have passion for kind of the community. And another reason I know that is because you've been a part of beta tests before, I would imagine, right? Probably numerous. I have two, and this particular thing was in a beta test. What you never see in a beta test, a beta test purpose is basically you get some type of thing, you test it, and then you release it. That's what it is, right? You come in, if you find bugs, you report the bugs, fix them, and release.
But identify if those bugs are blockers. Maybe you extend the date. Yeah, or you go, now we know about them, and then you can analyze the confidence of your release. You can say, we know there's going to be bugs, but you got to go to 3 or 10 steps to be able to reproduce it. Don't worry, we'll get our devs on it. And if they're major blockers, then hopefully you haven't announced the release yet. You haven't marketed around it.
Right. Well, but one thing you almost never do in a beta is add things, because that can potentially cause more bugs. So if I bring out Microsoft Word I'm not going to start putting in other things that have like graphical things. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
That's right.
But during this time that, you know, I was testing in other people, which, you know, we'll get to later, we would come up with feedback and they would put it in, which they didn't have to. These were quality of life things. So we were like, this would be cool if this would be cool if this, and they did it again in their free time. Okay. And one of the funny things about the reason why one of the reasons this is being announced at like 7:30, this is the time we would always test, like right around now. I think it's kind of funny. It's almost like a hint nudge. Anyway, I just wanted to front load all of this with that because most companies wouldn't do this. If you're not paying for the time, certainly if you're not paying for my time, generally speaking, you're not getting anything from me. Right. Justin, when I'm done, I'm done. I'm watching TV.
I know, like I had you come on this show. I paid for 1 hour, and you said that's all you get.
That's all you get.
That's all you get.
But yeah, no, seriously, like that's what most people think is. So the fact that I've learned a lot about Code Mystics in the last couple of weeks that have gained my respect to a degree where I love those guys and gals now. I'm seriously, Arcade1UP, if you're watching, if you guys bring tech in like you should and you don't put Code Mystics on it, we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have major problems.
See, maybe this is why Code Mystics is doing this, right? Because they want to close all the contracts with Arcade1UP, which most of the community, I think, would be fine with that.
I think they'd be fine with that. Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because there's probably every now and then, because someone had told me that the community is small. Sure, yes. This Arcade1UP community is small, and I have firsthand knowledge of this. I had heard that publishers and people that own the IP that are part of the business deals actually watch the podcasts that are related to home arcade. I started noticing this like when the Golden Tee cabinet was announced. I added a new subscription to Golden Tee, like literally the company not the company, obviously that's it was the YouTube channel that was marketing the Golden Tee.
Yeah. Oh, you mean they subscribed to you?
They subscribed to me, right?
That's awesome.
I think they were, because I was, covering Golden Tee, and I bet they really hated it when I was like, yeah, Arcade1UP screwed up and put a really crappy monitor in it, so no one should buy Golden Tee.
Right.
And that's when they unsubscribed. But my point is we talk a lot about Code Mystics, and I'm guessing a lot of the other integrators are in the know of the community. Like, why don't they ever shout us out? I'm like, okay, then do something amazing.
Right, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like, because by the way, like they're supposed to be invisible. Technically, you buy the product, you do the thing, and you're not thinking about it. It's almost like going to a concert or something. Well, not a concert, but like a club. The DJ should be kind of invisible, so to speak. Okay. Like you just hear the music, right? The DJ is kind of making everything happen, and programmer stuff is just supposed to make things happen. They're supposed to be invisible. But again, they've done something that I think deserves praise. And again, this will get lost in the sauce in like 7 minutes, but I wanted to take the time to acknowledge that there is a company that cares about the community more than a lot of other companies or even people in the community care, which is kind of funny to me. So shout out to them. Okay. Praise them, all praise to them. And I'm super happy about it. So the countdown, 6 minutes and 16 seconds. And we're going to go through all of it. When this thing pops up, then I can tell you all the things. I can explain what I think is one of the coolest things that's come to this kind of community in a long time. Let's say I know. I wish I could tell you. Listen, I tried to get permission to do it before the countdown. They were like, no. I'm like, damn. But it's just in console kits. Like, don't care. Damn. No. Maybe with Michael B, maybe they would have let me.
Yeah,
because he's Canadian.
You should have worked with Michael B. That would have been much better.
Because in Canadian, it would have been okay.
Okay, so let's entertain the chat. So those of you in the chat, type in KI, and then put in your guess. Let's make this fun entertainment. Yeah, I'm gonna highlight chats that include KI. And so we got our first guess. It's a Game Boy KI port. They're gonna.
Someone said that on the Facebook group. I think Lewis said that on the Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. What does continue mean?
Yeah, so that's like when you're going to play the games continue. It's like they put these little like they put a lot of little Easter eggs everywhere. And in that picture that they tweeted, can you pull up the picture?
Yeah, let me see if I can find that.
Tons of clues in there. Tons. All the clues are in that photo. I'll be honest.
Of course. I bet they had a lot of fun with that, right? They're like,
too many clues, to be honest. The funny thing is, I showed them that you were pulling up the code on the countdown page because the day before they did the countdown page, we were talking back and forth. They go, we have to make sure that no one can do this thing. And they knew that someone like you was going to come along and look at the source.
Yeah, there wasn't really any details in there. Yeah, that's fun. So, okay, it looks like there's some people that are talking about spectate for the 3/4 scale update, lobbies in spectate mode.
Okay, a lot of that.
The KI3 remake with old school characters for PC.
PC, nice.
KI versus Capcom.
Okay.
KI versus Street Fighter. MK and KI get saved tonight. Let's see. Let's see. Crumb says KI. I'm guessing it's lobbies and spectator mode, but that should have been included from the start.
Well, yeah, we had to talk to Arcade1UP about that.
Okay. See, 3 coins. Killer Instinct 3.
That's actually not a bad guess too. But back to that last thing, it should have been included in the story. That's a, and this is where, if you remember when KI first came out, the big controversy of like no lobby and stuff. It wasn't because Code Mystics couldn't have done it. It was because Arcade1UP never asked for it.
I see. So it sounds like what you're saying is Arcade1UP put out a product and it lacked a major feature, or I guess I'm guessing the announcement is spectate. If we were to assume the announcement is spectate, which is my personal, I mean, that seems to be the obvious thing, then it's what you're highlighting earlier to conclude it is they're like, well, they didn't ask for it. We're just going to do it. And so they have control of the update, because I believe with these integrations, some of the companies, I don't know exactly how it works, because I think there's licenses. Like there could be scenarios where like they're licensing the Moo emulator, but a different company is doing the integration.
Correct.
Maybe a different company is managing the firmware updates, right? But I do believe Code Mystic cabinets are managed by Code Mystics from the firmware update. So they could probably get like a, we're going to do it anyway. And Arcade1UP is like, we're not going to stop you, but we're also not going to pay you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the discussions of what happened. However, I think you're kind of right in what you're saying there. I don't know anything. I don't have any kind of knowledge of that. I can say that, it was a Code Mystics initiative. And of course they do have to ask Arcade1UP, listen, if we do this thing, is it okay? I mean, because it ultimately is Arcade1UP, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that has to happen. But I mean, who are you gonna say? I mean, like I'm giving you a chocolate bar right now, Justin. You gonna say no if I give you a chocolate bar?
It's fair, but you could also say maybe it is to Code Mystics incentive, because we don't know exactly. These are closed contracts. Do they have a percentage of sales? And do they know something out like there's a KI legacy coming out in 2023, so they're going to enhance products because they get 3% of all sales, and boom, they're betting on themselves. They're betting on the community will enjoy the product more, which will increase their bottom line.
Could be.
And hey, if that was the scenario, like I wouldn't blame them for that. That's actually pretty smart, and be like, we're going to take the hit.
That's brilliant. I would be all for that. Where we at? 1 minute and 38 seconds, and then we spill all the beans like jelly beans.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit refresh because someone's got to update that HTML, right? It's not gonna do it on itself. Believe me, I looked at that code. It's just counting down in real time.
So
right?
What I've been told is that it will refresh and change over.
There's a dude right now, or a person right now, like just ready to hit save on that server and be like, here's the new update. Fortunately,
I have the thing that I'm looking at right now anyway. So if it doesn't refresh, then I have it here. But we'll see. Go ahead and put it up. Let's watch the last couple seconds here.
Watch the last
1 minute. Ooh.
That's the 1 minute.
It's like New Year's. What do you do for New Year's?
Here's what I think is going to happen. I didn't test the code, but I don't recall any. I think it's going to go negative. Is what it's going to do. I don't know if there was code in there to stop.
You think it might go negative?
I didn't look closely at the code, but I remember it being like only like 5 lines of code. It's just like a loop that's going through the counter.
I don't know. I mean, I literally asked them like an hour ago, is this going to refresh? And they were like, yes. And I'm like,
so it's a loop for the digits, and then it's counting down the difference, go through the loop, and it's an interval that calls this every second. I don't know if they're going to
have to switch it manually. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to switch it manually. Like this page is just going to either stop at 0, stop at 1, go negative.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. He said he only, at the very top of the source code, it said he spent an hour on this countdown.
Doing it. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
So let's see what it does.
Does that mean you have to hit refresh, or it should? Let's see.
Okay, he did get it to stop to 0. Here we are. Let's hit refresh.
Refresh. What happened? Did something
wait,
happen?
wait. Is there code in? It's doing something.
Is it doing something?
I don't. Okay, it's spinning. Let me hit refresh.
Yeah,
See,
hit refresh.
It's like it's working.
It's trying to do something. Look at
TikTok. No.
TikTok.
Document. I don't see
Everyone gets a free
anything in there
TikTok
that would
account.
cause it to do it. I'm just hitting refresh.
Yeah, just hit refresh.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There it is. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it too big. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's KI spectating, but it's more.
Okay.
Now let me be clear about this. If it was just spectating, that's great, but it's not. It's actually more than that. It is plus. So it's, first of all, it's a beta. Now let me explain.
Okay.
Everything. Number one, you have to opt in. You can opt in right now by going to codemystics.com/KI.
Right.
And there's a couple of steps you have to do, and you are opted in. If you opt in, you can still play against people that are not in the beta, and you can opt out of the beta anytime. So it's non-destructive. Super cool. So here's what happens. Of course, you have the spectating portion, which is great. It looks just like it normally does in the game. You can see people playing, but there's some added things that make this the new gold standard and make Street Fighter spectating look silly.
Oh, really?
Number one, spectating mode for KI, KI2, and Battletoads, believe it or not. So all three games, all three arcade games. Number two, when you're watching a game, someone can still challenge you while you're watching. So let's say you're watching P-Dubs fight against Michael B. I can challenge you while you're watching to a fight, or when I challenge you, it'll say that
put your quarters on the glass.
Well, we're not there yet.
Okay.
I can challenge you, and it'll pull you out of the game and we can fight, or it'll tell me that you're watching the fight and I can go watch that fight. Now, while we're watching the fight, the thing that takes it to the next level, which is something that nothing, even Fightcade doesn't have, is exactly what you said. You can put your token on the glass by hitting start and get in line to play in that exact
come
fight.
on.
It is next level. It is literally the new gold standard for spectate. Any other spectate that comes after this has got to hit this level. Let's take a look at it. Scroll down. You can see the screen.
Hold on a second. So while Arcade1UP is working tirelessly in their current round of products, our team here at Code Mystics has dedicated the last couple months of our evenings and weekends to adding a new feature that both you and the community and we have been longing to see. With the help of some closed testing with select members of the community, shout out there, right? We're ready to share. Introducing the Code Mystics KI spectating and more beta. Okay, so you can join the beta, and then
so you're just going to add the name beta test when you go to your find, right? You're going to hit join beta as a favorite.
This is the instructions of how to kind of get into it.
Correct. Yeah, keep scrolling down, and then it's going to download the beta. And again, the beta has been tested by a bunch of us. Yeah, go ahead.
This is really cool. So this is basically a Konami code to get into it. Essentially, there's or sometimes called an Easter egg. But
yes, there's another Easter egg too, by the way. That I don't know if you specifically will like it. You very specifically will like it.
I'm not even really into KI. Why would I like? I like
KI. It's not KI related though. It's something that you specifically would like.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the instructions are: you go in favorites. And then you type in join beta. That kind of gets you in. It tells you, oh, voila, there's a new firmware update available, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then I assume this is after you've taken the update. It then has an announcement. It says, hey, this is how the...
Now, remember at the beginning when I said this is not an Arcade1UP announcement? This is important. This is the important part. If you have an issue, because again, it's still beta technically. If you have any issues or anything, you don't talk to Arcade1UP about it. You talk to Code Mystics through either their Discord channel or whatever. So it's all there. That's why I made such a big deal about that. You're not going to Arcade1UP about this. They don't really have anything to do with it. So that's the important. It's
kind of interesting because, to be fair, Arcade1UP spent a good year talking to the community about how they're a house of brands and they basically connect experts together to build an arcade cabinet. So having the community talk directly to the developers that are actually working on the actual spectate mode actually makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, it's like because Arcade1UP is filled with a whole bunch of people that are just trying to market the product. Yeah. you know, and they're working with the warehouse, they're working with that, but they're like, if they just QA people, sure, are going to relay information to the developers, but yeah, I'm in on that.
All right, let's keep going down because then we have another little announcement after all this. But yeah, so it works for KI1, KI2, and Battletoads. And basically what you'll see here, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the win-loss of the people you're watching. See at the bottom there, you'll see who's fighting, you know, how many wins they have, how many losses. And then when you have multiple people on, this is another thing that got added while we were beta testing. We would add these little like, hey, it would be cool if this was a thing. It'd be cool if this was a thing. These are some of the things they added. If you keep scrolling down, you'll see some additional kind of screenshots of things you'll see. So like these are the things that'll show you like when you see that little ribbon at the bottom. So everything is customizable game by game. They really thought of a lot. Again, gold standard for spectating. It's unlike anything. Now, if you're waiting, you hit start and you want to play next, there is no set like first to 5 or first to 10. The people that are fighting have to determine, you know, when they're done. Now that can be done one of two ways. The loser can just leave, and then the person who hit start, and by the way, it's a queue system, so 5, 6, 10 people could hit start, and then you'll get queued correctly. Then you get pulled in, or the winner can kick the loser out. So it's kind of a king of the hill scenario as well.
Okay.
So keep scrolling down. So that's the winner kick privileges. Yep.
Interesting.
So so you can keep people coming in time and time. It's not just watching, it's participating. It's like another level of spectate. It's the old school, everyone gathers around an arcade, watches some of the best players, learn something and say, I want to challenge that guy. I want to play him right now. Let me hit start. Now you're in.
They're creating the mechanics for a platform that the community can really rally around, create events, tournaments around. Okay.
Yes, well, we're going to get to that in a second. Let's scroll all the way down.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, based on what you've showed me already, there's a lot the community can do with this.
There's a lot, and stuff is coming. So there's normal spectating, of course. Queuing to play next, which is the, you know, hitting the start, which puts a coin up, and you can then see at the bottom of the screen how many people have coined up. So queuing to play next, go ahead and click that.
Okay. Queuing to play.
It went to the top. There.
Yeah, they don't have that set up correctly.
Yeah. So anyway, people can roll through this a little later. Is it not? Yeah, just scroll down, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see at the top, go back up. See where it says like one more up. It says, see, you have joined as a spectator. That's what's going to happen when you join as a spectator. And then also if you scroll down the next one,
you know what? Hold on a second before we go further. I think we need to have a few more people to join as spectators right here.
Well,
we got
actually,
UAG.
Well, I wanted to bring them on because as spectating, like the big thing about spectating is tournaments. And these are two guys that can bring tournaments to it. So guys, talk to us about like what you guys have planned for this.
Oh, well, me and Moat, my brother Moat. What's up, bro?
Moat Nod, sir. Moat Nod. We're for the professionals now. Moat Nod.
Anyway, with that being said, we're gonna have a KI weekend, baby.
Whoa.
Coming on January 7th and 8th, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna do a KI weekend, and we're gonna do a tournament on KI1, KI2. But the best part is that each game is gonna have their own belt, so you can be walking out double fisted, two belts if you got the skills. But I think Moat's gonna try to run into you on the KI2. That's his game.
Look. As a facilitator of the back alley, I am not allowed to fight. However, I am allowed to give you a platform for you to come out there and show up and show out. So no, I'm not playing, even though KI2 is the more technical game. But no, in all seriousness, it's seriously, Code Mystics, like Chef's Kiss, like seriously, it's freaking amazing that this even happened earlier this year. This cabinet got plagued by the lack of spectator mode, and from what I understand, they didn't get paid a dime for this. They did this from passion and to make this thing viable. So everybody who caught a $299 cabinet or a $399 cabinet, congratulations, a winner is you. So like UAG said, Laundromat will be doing Killer Instinct 1. Back Alley will be doing Killer Instinct 2 on the Mo Plays channel. And yeah, as he stated, there'll be money's easy. Belts live forever. So you know what I mean, like, and so you need to have more of a trophy, if you will. So, and it's free to sign up. You know, all you got to do is obviously just own the cabinet, you know, and get to play on and whatever else, and get to experience it yourself. For I think one of the things that you guys didn't say was that everybody who's wondering about opting into the beta, you get asked every time you turn the cabinet on, and if you want to go back to the old version, you can just opt out.
Yeah,
Why you want to go back is beyond me, but
there's no reason you would, but you can. Every time you
Right.
turn it on, you can opt out 100%.
The cool thing about this, and you can attest to this, when you were playing on Big Blue, you would go into a lobby, check someone's game playing, and you know just watching, but you never know that there's other rooms available, other people waiting. You just hopped in there because you wanted to see something. Now you can hop into a game, someone can challenge you, and you're not just sitting there wondering if there's other people in the games. You have to back out to see if there's somebody in another room.
Exactly.
This is so cool.
And that's the best part about this. I'm going to call it the coin up option, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that coin up option changes the complete game and literally takes the lobby system and the spectate mode to a whole other level. And this isn't me like riding or whatever else. I'm being completely honest, because many times in the arcade, if there's more than one machine of the same game, instead of just watching somebody, you can tell somebody, hey, you want to play real fast, you know, and then you guys have your game and go back. And essentially Code Mystics has implemented this into that gameplay. You know, so if I'm spectating, Travis is spectating, let's say Travis is fighting OTG, and UAG and I are spectating, and UAG is free. And I'm like, yo, here, let me pad my score real fast. Take the challenge, right?
Let me coin up.
Okay, I won though.
Let me coin up real fast. We can do that and then go right back to spectating the match we were doing. Or one of the things that I mentioned this in the video, you can be in auto, if you're in auto like challenge or whatever else, but you're spectating a match. You don't get challenged right away. You still get a notification asking you if you want to accept the match. So there's a lot of like quality life changes that are in this, a lot more things that make this a more fluid experience. And especially as like being a TO, this makes things a lot better for us. You know what I mean? Like, so we can organize, we can be on the back end and be like, hey, you have this your time, et cetera, et cetera. It's amazing, man. And what Kobe is absolutely great.
You have the ability to do password protection, so you know you don't have anyone jumping in there when we're running an event.
Well, that's what I meant with the back end stuff. You know.
Now, there's one other thing to consider here. So this next part is not a guarantee, but I think if you just think about it, it makes a lot of sense. So this is great. It's great for the KI community specifically, but I do want to see this happen to other games. I think a lot of people that are in chat are like, well, I have this other game, but I don't really play KI. This is great. I'm happy for the KI groups, but it'd be nice for me.
Right.
Yeah, let's ask that. Those in the chat, list the game that you would like to see that Arcade1UP currently has, but you'd love to see it with these features.
The box.
But it's really,
this
hold on.
Could be for like
bubbles.
Blitz. This could be for
Shut up with the bubbles. Shut up with the bubbles. Hold on. Can I just say one thing? It is important for the people who do have KI to show up and show out. Use this feature. Download it tonight. Show Arcade1UP that this is something that we want as owners of all the cabs. Like, just because you have KI or don't have KI doesn't mean that you don't want this feature on something else. Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's tell Arcade1UP this should be the standard.
It should be the standard.
Like when you get something from a particular company, there should be some kind of standard. Like this should be a particular feature.
This is the
throughout every game. It shouldn't be if you get a Capcom game, this is how it looks. If you get a Midway game, this is how it's going to look. It should look exactly the same as those particular features.
I think the thing is,
I get it. No. Everyone's wrong. Everyone in the audience, these three people are lying to you. What really happened was Code Mystic said, "We can do this and it'll be amazing." And Scott Baccarat's like, "People like to play our video games? I don't think so. They just buy them to collect them." And they're like, no, we really believe in this community. And so they're like, fine, put your money where your mouth is. Or is that the expression? That's probably not the expression. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, that sounded weird. So Code Mystics is we're going to bet on ourselves. They put out the feature. Now it's all up to the community.
All to us. It is.
And if the community is using it and actively loving it and Arcade1UP sees that, they're going to greenlight it, right? This is obvious, right? Like, this is a test. This is the test. Like, you think it's so great? Let's see the data. Let's add it to one cab. Let's add it to the worst cabinet that we've made. Sorry, KI fans.
How dare you, young man?
Disrespectful.
How dare you?
That was just me being controversial, okay? But if let me say it a different way. I'll flip it into a kind way. Look, if we can make it work in the KI community, we can make it work in any community.
See, Code Mystics is smart. I see what they're doing. They're showing that, hey, we can do this. Not only do we do your lobby system, and we've done it we can do it better. Now, going forward,
right?
You know that your community is going to want these features.
They want that
don't try to, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, listen, for X amount, we can do X games like this. And Yeah, Travis is right, man. Like for future
Code
titles,
Mystic.
Can I just real quick address something?
They're a
that's in
drug
chat, which is
dealer.
what my hat? Don't be
And
talking about
Arcade 1UP is the new kid on the block, and they're like,
Yeah.
"This one's for free."
Yeah, it's so it is.
what
You know
I
what?
mean?
That's the way to do it. That's how I would do it. Listen, give them the first one's free. That first hit is free, and they get all hooked up on it. Get us hooked up on it. Please, again, show up, show out. That's the only way this is going to move forward. Anyone has KI, download that update, watch some fights, participate in the tournaments. Where can they sign up for this stuff, Moat and UAG? What's the deal?
We're gonna have it up on the challenge website. Moat's gonna have his. I'm gonna have mine. We're gonna get this up and running now. Arcade1UP. Let me tell you something. This is vital for the community to grow, right? Having these communities, having these events, having people like-minded that just want to go out and have some fun, dust off those units and play with it. We need your help. We need you to enable Spectrum on these units so we can, plug in these third-party dongles because you don't want to hook us up. That's okay.
bro.
Listen.
No. You said it's okay.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
Okay.
I mean, listen,
it's not okay.
we have to say it's okay, but they know it's not okay. But at the end of the day, we want to help. We want to help grow the community, have fun, have a blast. Like, dude, since I've been on this beta, there's 4 or 5 people in the middle of the day playing.
Yeah.
Like,
and it'll be more
so good. I could play someone in Europe and not have an issue. That's crazy.
No, UAG, sometimes you mess up with your words. Is Spectrum the name of the feature?
Yeah. They have to disable it because what's happening is the frequency on that PCB board, they had to enable it so it could pass FCC regulations. There's a lot of things, so it flickers, but it's a workaround. They can fix it with an update. So Arcade1UP, do it.
I'm turning on my KI to see if people are downloaded. The thing about it is, someone was like, I didn't see people on. But the way that KI worked previously, if 2 people were playing, they were invisible. That's not the case anymore. All of a sudden, we are now going to see how many people are playing all the time. We've never seen that before in KI. So this is going to be a real big test for this. It is great, even if it's not what you expected. Some people expected like Nintendo. That's ridiculous. Someone made a guess that it's that, and they're disappointed by that. Silly.
You know what they did?
But hold on. This is good for everyone. So stop hating because you didn't get your way. Get on board because the next thing could be for the game that you want. Get on board with the positivity. This is a great thing for the community. So get out of your feelings and let's get this hype train going.
Travis
and
with the adulting here.
I'm just saying.
First of all, who are you, Travis? What's your relationship with Code Mystics?
We're dating.
Ever mentioned MK Spectate at all?
So we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that dating show next month. Gotcha.
No, I'm dating Code Mystics.
Okay.
That's my relationship.
So and also they made this clear, and if you just got here, whatever else, right? This project is independent from Arcade1UP.
Yeah.
They got permission to do it, but Arcade1UP has no money on it. They have no water. There's no risk for them at all. This is all specifically Code Mystics.
You got a point there.
Which probably explains why this didn't come out before the Black Friday sale, because there was no like, hey man, could you get it done? Be like, fool.
Now, to be clear,
if you want a timeline, you gotta pay us.
To be clear, again, because this is not an Arcade1UP, because I said this at the beginning, this is a Code Mystics announcement. The timing didn't work so that we could get this done before Black Friday. It just didn't work. We wanted to have this in a way that was really solid. It's super solid right now. I see a lot of people are starting to boot up right now. I see there's a game to spectate right now. People are getting on. Let's get hype. Let's be positive in the community for once in our entire lives. Get this hyped up so then Arcade1UP has no choice but to make this the gold standard. Hello, everyone can win. This isn't an either or. Everyone can win.
Let's go back to having fun where the community would just, have a blast. I've been watching Console Kids videos on.
Bro, no one expected this to be. No one expected this to be that. That's so silly.
That's fun. Let's have fun.
One person speculated on something. Everyone thought that it was something else. Yet, if you look at the picture, it's in an arcade. Why they thought that was a Nintendo Switch? It was like, it was in an arcade, bro.
Yeah.
Only you believe that. You and a couple people that weren't paying attention.
Well, I did it on my stream last night. Did speculate because The what made me think of it is like Pac-Man Museum is an actual game where you walk around to different arcades as a way to select it. It was written by the same person that wrote the original Windows, you know. Where you
That's actually explained in the tweet that Code Mystics just tweeted a little while ago.
Oh, is that right?
They explained the entire.
They're like, here's all the Easter eggs or something.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, they explain it.
Okay.
It's crazy that it's crazy. Like we can't even eat cake around here, man. Like relax, be happy. Like,
but listen, tournaments in January, KI weekend, spectate, go download it, go have fun, have a great night, have a great weekend. Get in there, get your hands dirty, get ready because the tournaments are coming in January. Titles on the line. I think that's about it. Y'all listen. Y'all got a great free surprise today. You got a free 95 surprise tonight. Congratulations.
Okay. Delay that tournament pros come out. Sorry, Nick Gamble. That's not how this works, sir.
So they're saying so ending speculation. Yeah. 2 of the people are from our logo.
Oh, really?
The girl in the
3/4 scale
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
With the glasses.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
They're
sense.
3/4 scales because it's about Arcade1UP. That's right around, right? So 3 to 2 cabs, 3 tokens, 2 cabs for online play with spectators. They're queuing to play just like you can. Details at codemystics.com/KI. Like you, we were sad we weren't given the opportunity to include this feature, so we took matters in our own hands and used our spare time, in quotes. Is that sarcasm?
Yes.
We used our spare time. We don't have spare time. That's the sarcasm? Okay. Last couple months to make it right. We showed Arcade1UP in your face the results and got their permission to share it with you as a community beta. Exciting as we hope this is for Arcade1UP KI fans. We know other KI fans were hoping for something else. If it's any consolation, we're as psyched about other possibilities as you. Mm-hmm. We've relayed our dreams to our Microsoft contacts, mm-hmm. which those in the chat are talking about. Microsoft has nothing to do with it. Well, Microsoft does have something to do with it.
They own KI. Why do people think a Microsoft title like that would go over to Nintendo? I don't understand that.
And then plus, remember, there are the rumors that there is a Japanese developer working on a new Killer Instinct. So everybody hold your panties, please.
Indeed.
Yeah, and what was up with the token meant NFT? Well, I don't understand. The
tokens on the glass, some people were saying NFT. There was a lot of speculation in that picture. A lot of speculation in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
good stuff.
This is good stuff. See? Yeah. A console fanboy with the and now KI Pro has value. Nicely done, Code Mystics. And of course, we're waiting for the next super chat where console fanboy would say, "Okay, cool. Now when's MK
what about
getting,
Well, the running gag here is that the community will soonly say what's next.
But see, the thing is, the community should be okay because those people, if you're part of the 500 or minus however many people that are ordered the Killer Instinct Pro, listen, y'all have an easy workaround. Plug in the HDMI to a capture card, and y'all are good. Myself and Nick, we got to sit here, rip these gimmicks apart. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why a bunch of stuff just to get things going? I mean, like, this is a W. Seriously, this is a W.
And another thing. So a lot of people do want to see like KI on PC, which is reasonable, I think. Again, if enough people can show that there's an excitement here and people are, you never know. You literally never know. The whole free MVC2 thing happened just from a lot of hype, right? This actually is a thing that if the Arcade1UP community gets in the Killer Instinct, really shows some interest, and Microsoft looks at it and goes, huh, people really want this, huh? You never know. That's why I'm saying this is a win for everyone. Even if you think it doesn't apply to you, it probably applies to you.
Yeah, so, you could always bring back bring back KI. You know what I mean? Like that is still a thing. So that can easily come back. You know, and I mean, Cole Mystics in the chat, like they could just be like, listen, it would take us 2 weeks to just get this done. So again, small steps, steps. Like celebrate.
It's possible. Everything's possible.
No,
everything's possible.
If Cole Mystics will tell you that will take a lot of time. I can't do that, and then the next day have it done. Be like, here, let's test it.
Oh, look, Code Mystics in the chat.
Yeah, so I'm saying anything is possible. I can't. This is a big thing for the Arcade1UP community, but it could be for everyone. All we need to do is like we've been talking about it for a year. Oh, we need to do this. Now it's here. Let the money where the mouth is. Let's do that. Let's make that happen.
Because realistically speaking, what do you have left to complain about on that cabinet now? I said before that's probably the best.
It's the best fighting cabinet.
Yeah, I said that before, and I'm like, and now they've literally fixed the only issue that was wrong with it, and they did it pro bono. Like, what are y'all complaining about? Like, come on, man, have fun.
Yep. Well, that's all for me. Listen, I hope everyone's excited. I'm excited to see people fighting. I can't wait for the tournaments. I can't wait for the weekends when UAG and Moat just have regular fights on weekends and people challenge people, smoke Sundays and laundromat war. I am excited for the community. This is a great thing.
Yeah,
let me ask you this, Travis.
See you dust off those machines and get in there, bro.
Why don't you shut up, UAG?
Let's spend the last couple minutes doing a round. I got a plan for you. So, Travis, could you give me, just out of all the features that they announced today, I'd like you to pick one, explain what it is, and how the community can use that one feature, but exclude all the other features. Imagine Code Mystics did not add 5 features. They just did this one, and that one thing, in your opinion, is the best.
I honestly love the coin up feature because there's no other lobby feature that's on like Fightcade or in any of the Arcade1Ups that does this. It's just not a thing. It brings back the going to an arcade, kind of watching 2 guys play and being like, I want next. Like it's that, and having tested this for about a better part of a month, you're waiting, you're watching, you're like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. It is so hype and it's so fun. And you got to remember, the KI cabinet is one of the few cabinets that supports voice. So you could, if you wanted to, do a little trash talk. This is the ultimate fighting cabinet. So for me, it's the coin up.
All right, UAG, what do you got?
It's a feature within the feature. The coining up, but the whole ability to be able to still be challenged by someone else while you're waiting. So you're not just wasting time. So yeah, you'll lose your place in line, but I can, maybe I only have an hour to play and I don't want to sit there all day waiting for me being the third person in line. Someone else can challenge me, or I have it auto accept on my favorites and I get into a game and I could just join back and go to the back of the line. I think that's pretty freaking awesome.
That's cool. What do you got, Moat?
Well, they said mine, so I guess I'm obligated to say spectator mode, right? Because this is where this whole thing was birthed from. Seriously, spectator in the lobby system with the coin up. Honestly, the coin up has me more excited because, maybe there are other cabinets that I own that could actually use this ability. But yeah, no, seriously, that's awesome to just be able to just challenge while you're in the queue and get your hands dirty. It's great. So yeah, spectating that.
That's really cool. So when I haven't played with it. I only know what we've discussed in this show here, but from the pictures and what I'm seeing, what I really like about it is it's very user centric. It looks like you, as a person that's sitting in front of the arcade, they give you options. What do you want your journey to be? So they ask you, are you just watching? You just want to hang out and watch? Okay, select this one. You want to be a part of the game? Okay, be a part of the game. Here's some options. You can basically put your quarters on the glass and say, I'm next. And then they give the person, if they give the person who's kind of running the show right now, the winner, the ability to choose the next advancement. And those different tools, right? So you can say, I don't know why my mind goes to this, but if they added this to MK, right, and Zohar was playing Mortal Kombat, when he wins, he could decide to play the person again or boot them because he's like, you're boring. Let me play someone more exciting. So I guess that's interesting in the fighting community. And most importantly, I was thinking about it. I'm going to link a video down in the description that I did years ago. It's about Code Mystics, and it was kind of a summary of why I think some of the best Arcade1UP products out there are the ones made by Code Mystics. It was a love letter to Code Mystics, and I still think that video is pretty valid. I think the video is entitled "Why So Special," and it pictures 3 cabinets that I think were fantastic. They were all done by Code Mystics, and so there's definitely out of all of the integrators that Arcade1UP uses,
that shade. I saw that.
No worries.
but no, seriously, this is great, man. It's gonna get. These cabinets are going to get some rotation. They're going to get used. You know what I mean? Whether it be a Friday night, whether it be a tournament on a Sunday, or just the good thing about spectator mode is, and I'll say this, everybody in this conversation right now, there's one individual who's been talking all kinds of trash about how they're going to bust up X, Y, Z, and now we can watch it happen. And if there's
That's
a
very
microphone,
cool.
and if there's a microphone plugged in, we can listen to it happen. You know,
There
so
we
I
go.
mean, it's
I'm
breathing
excited to
life
be a
into what's
watcher.
happening.
I think not everyone's excited to play.
Which
There's probably
that's
a lot
fine.
of want to play, but I'll watch on the YouTube channel. So I'm gonna do one more round. Imagine everybody who's watching this video has no clue who you are. Travis, tell them who you are.
Bro, you don't want to know me.
Oh,
I don't even want you to know. I don't really like people if I'm really
no.
being honest.
Let me rephrase. Imagine there's someone in the audience that doesn't know who you are, but wants to get to know you. That wants to know about your channel, wants to follow you. Tell them how they can do so.
Honestly, when someone does, I go, "Who are you and who sent you? And why are you here?" I'm very suspicious of everybody. Justin.
Okay, Moat, go.
Yeah, because this is the thing. I have to do this on Outsiders too. Hello, everyone. My name is Mike of All Trades. I run the channel Mike of All Trades and Mo Plays. The channel that you would be interested in right now is checking out the Mo Plays channel. I get next every Friday night where we put your Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and your Arcade1UP Big Blues to use with the community, where you guys can get your hands dirty, have fun. Soon becoming will be Killer Instinct. If you want to know anything about me or want to know my stuff, mikeofalltrades.live. All my links and stuff are there, and you don't have to go dig out 14 million things. And there will be a tournament on my channel January 8th for Killer Instinct 2, part of the illustrious Killer Instinct celebration weekend. Also, Code Mystics. Hi.
All right, go, UAG.
I'm UAG. I do something very similar to Moat. We, average people playing games just to have fun with people. And I like to watch Travis eat spicy stuff on his channel. So if you like shit like that, go watch Travis, because he likes to torture himself and torture other people.
He does extra spicy stuff because he's got a bidet. So it's like,
well, thank God.
Let's not talk about that. Okay.
That's outsider stuff.
Don't
make us copy strike you. That's your gimmick infringement. Stop it, Justin.
Gimmick infringement. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you for inviting me to your party on my channel. So I appreciate that. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Code Mystics, get it done. And Arcade1UP, if you watched all the way to the end, lower the price back down to $2.99. Hit one in the
Why
chat
not?
if you agree. Come on.
Let's go.
I mean,
Go
you
tweet
might
Arcade1UP.
I mean,
Go tweet Arcade1UP. We want $2.99 deals back, you jerks.
At least a discount code. Give me a code.
That's right.
Well, I mean,
we need. They should do that. You know what they should do?
that.
They should do a coupon code and the coupon code is Code Mystics.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then they can track how many people are buying it because of the Code Mystics.
Let's
do it.
Let's look at
everybody in the chat that wants a KI. Go buy one and put in coupon code Code Mystics, all one word. And if it doesn't work, call their customer service and be like, "Why doesn't the Code Mystic code work?"
Listen. You guys are missing the idea. They're all about social media and all about engagement. Go on Twitter, go on Instagram, and say that. Somebody make a tweet, and then everybody else just retweet it and
tag them. Tag them.
We want a Code Mystics coupon code for $2.99
for everything,
and make it work on everything.
On everything.
We got to be reasonable, right?
What'd you say? You say put on the baby cage.
Baby cage.
Paw Patrol ain't never ran like this.
Put on Blitz. Put on everything.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, get the message out there. Let's ruin Arcade1UP weekend because they've done it to us plenty of times. We'll see you guys next. Take care.